For today's dish, we are going to need some apples, which you can slice up. You can leave the skin on if you like, or you can peel off if you prefer that. And you have some breadcrumbs, which you can use to add to the apple slices. And of course, my favorite, egg wash, which you take an egg and you beat up both the egg white and the egg yolk together, so you can use it to act as a sort of glue for your breadcrumbs to your apple slices. So what do we cook? Apple fries. Now, well, my favorite tool is the air fryer, which we open up and we put in a little bit of aluminium foil. This helps to avoid some of the dust or dirt from collecting, and also keeps your pan clean even though you cook. But most importantly, use a little bit of oil and spray on the aluminium foil so it makes the apple fries that much crispier and tastes good and not too dry. So here I am getting ready for the cooking session, and I hope you will enjoy apple fries because they are something that is easy to eat, healthy, and I think a lot of people like it because of that taste of the frying when you have apples. And this is actually very, very delicious, and also comparatively like the favorite French fries. So there you have your apple and your dip. So I'm gonna dip the apple slices into the egg wash. Make sure it's well coated, and then I'm gonna use it and soak it in with a little bit of breadcrumb. Spread it out a little so that the breadcrumb is evenly coated on your apple slices. And I guarantee this one will taste fantastic and will have an amazing smell when you actually are cooking it. So we slowly put in the slices of apple with the coating of the breadcrumbs one by one. So I shall shortly be moving on to show you the final product rather than just let you watch each and every slice being coated with breadcrumb. There it is. Make sure you coat it nicely with breadcrumb and a lot of egg wash. Now I've done that, and we have most of the apple slices coated, and I'm going to put it into the air fryer, my favorite cooking tool. Okay, so we're about to set the temperature. I normally like to set it to about 200 and for about 4 minutes, so that halfway through I can actually take it out and look at it and see how well the cooking is done. I mean, if I prefer it to be as it is at 4 minutes, then I just take it out and I can put it ready for serving. But if I think that I like it a little bit more crispy, a little bit more brown, then of course I can always put it in and add a little more time to the air fryer. I'm going to adjust the camera a little bit so that you can see, there it is, you can see the temperature and the time more clearly. This is such a brilliant tool or equipment in the kitchen, the air fryer, because you can cook and it's so clean and tidy. You don't have to mess around, and it's so much more healthy. Use the olive oil, but don't go and get the extra virgin olive oil, because that may sometimes decompose after when you subject to high heat, which may not be so healthy. So just get the olive oil, that will be okay. Don't get the extra virgin olive oil. I think that's not necessary. And you can actually put the oil spray. Just get a oil sprayer and put a little of oil inside, and you can spray rather than have to buy a can of air spray and oil spray, which will probably cost you quite a bit if you need to buy it and cook it from time to time. So I prefer to use my own spray, and I add oil to it whenever I need it. It's going on to 3 minutes, counting down. So we'll watch a little bit, and then I will speed up the camera so that we can actually see the next stage of cooking. I've just renovated my kitchen. That's why I was having a bit of a slowdown in terms of my cooking sessions. And now the kitchen is almost completed. The kitchen cabinets are still not in yet, so I'm waiting for that. So in the meantime, I am able to cook. So I'm starting my cooking sessions again. Hopefully you will enjoy the sessions that I'm sharing with you. I will try to share recipes that are easy to make, which are good to taste, and which the family will love. Well, especially me myself. And I do like French fries, so I figured out a little bit of apple fries would be more healthy. We're going down to 2 minutes. Counting down, counting down. And the air fryer is very easy to wash after you have finished your cooking. You just take out the pan and you can separate out the two parts of it, and you can actually just wash it in what I normally use is under running water with a bit of soapy solution, and just wipe it dry, and there you have it, it's clean, rather than having to use the normal cooking equipment, which then may require much more space and washing and cleaning, because sometimes the oil itself is really very sticky and sticks to the frying pan or the wok, if you prefer to call it. So I've always liked to use the air fryer because it's easy to clean, it's small, and it's nice and easy to use. We're going down to 21 seconds, 20 seconds, 19. It's going to come down to 4 minutes, which I've set for the first cooking session, and we will see how good it is. But I can smell the aroma of the cooking from where I am. It's just unfortunate that on videos we still don't have that capability of sensing the smell. Okay, we're ready, and I'm going to open it up. Oh, that is a fantastic smell. I love it. Let me look at it and see whether it's brown enough of the fries are to my cooking as required. I'm getting my fork so that I can look at it and see. And then I also want to turn over the apples to the other side so that it can also cook evenly on both sides of the apple. You can make it as thick or as thin as you like. I mean, that's really up to your own personal preference. Once you start cooking and you are aware whether you like it, maybe you want to add in a little bit of more ingredients. Some people like a little bit of sugar if they like sweet, or you can add a little bit of salt if you prefer the salty taste. It's really up to you, so it's up to your own individual taste buds, how you want to flavor it. Some you may like it spicy, add a little bit of chili or paprika. Well, it's always good to experiment. Okay, I'm putting it back in so they can fry the other side for maybe another 4 minutes. But I can smell the aroma of the fries. They are really smelling very good. I've fast tracked to 2 minutes. Counting down. That's the wonderful thing about the air fryer, which I like, is it's very clean, it's mess free, and you make sure that you put in the little aluminum foil, and that even prevents sometimes the crumbs from falling down into the lower basin. So you have less cleaning, just wash. It's actually dishwasher safe for this model anyway, so you can really clean it up and then store it. So it's very fast and very easy to clean and keep clean. Okay, we're down to 32 seconds, 31 seconds, 30 seconds, and counting down to 0. And again, we can smell the fragrance of the apple fries. It's really very nice fragrance. I don't know. I like the smell of it, and it tastes should be good from the smell that I'm getting. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we'll go. Okay, there it is. Wow, it looks good. I don't like it to be too brown, but enough of browning, and I like to have it with nice fragrance. Oh, I can smell it. It's wonderful. You should try yourself, and then you can really tell how the smell is from the apple fries. They're so good and so healthy. Okay, I'm gonna let it cool down a bit before I put it onto a plate. Yeah, there it is. My cooking for apple fries. So do enjoy it with your family. I'm sure they will like fries, and this is a more healthy version of it. And I got some what do you call bun or bao as we call them in Chinese, which is from a fridge. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and cook it with the air fryer instead of steaming it. It has a filling, egg custard filling. So what I'm gonna do is I'm try and cook it with the air fryer and see how good it comes out. We've got to experiment sometimes and see what the air fryer can do compared to your normal cooking utensils, and who knows, it may come in more handy. Sometimes I find that the air fryer does cook food in a much better way, and well, maybe because it's less oily. So especially for those of us who don't like oily stuff, you can actually use this to cook, and you can be a bit more healthy, less fat, less oil, which is always the desirable, is to keep your oil level down, because too much oil is never healthy for anyone. So I'm going to let it cook a little bit, and let's see how the bun turns out after being cooked in an air fryer instead of being steamed in a traditional frying pan, or maybe even an electric steamer. It's always good to try. Just waiting for it to cook. Okay, I think I should be almost ready. It's nice. I like the air fryer that I bought. I've also bought a pressure cooker, but so far I've not tried cooking with my pressure cooker yet. That will be my next adventure, to try and use the pressure cooker to cook and see how good or how easy it makes life, especially when you have raw soups and such stuff, and see how good it tastes and how much time you can actually save from using a pressure cooker compared to a normal pot with over the stove. Ah, there it is. There are my little buns, which are nicely cooked in the air fryer. You do remember to spray a little bit of oil on the buns before you cook, otherwise it may turn out a little bit dry, because the air fryer does really fry it quite well. So here it is. It's a little bit cracked, so you can put a little bit more oil if you want to try this recipe and enjoy it.